What's up, guys? Adele, Rolling in the Deep.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your ship bare. See, I'll leave.
All right, I know this song's old, but I haven't listened to it in a while, so let's go back and I'll tell you what I'm hearing. So it's going to open up. There's an acoustic guitar straight down the middle and maybe panned a little left. What it's doing, he's palm muting. So he's taking the palm, or she, taking the palm of their hand, laying it right across, right up before the bridge, in between like the bridge and the sound hole of the acoustic guitar. And that's what they're strumming, probably power chords on an acoustic guitar, but your hand's on it, so it's muting it.
Starting in my heart.
When she's done heart and the end of each line, what you're hearing is the tail of the reverb. Sounds like a plate reverb, more like a room reverb. And you're hearing the tail get lower and lower as she's done each line.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching
Sounds like she's echoing in a big room.
bringing me out the dark. Finally,
Amazing
I can
vocalist.
see you
One of the best there is.
Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your ship bare. See, I'll leave with
So everybody believes that that's a kick drum coming in, and that's a real kick. That's not digital. But not only does the kick come in,
See,
now you take and you split the guitar tracks, and you split that one off to one ear, and then you do another recording. You just throw that in the other ear. So now it's panned 100% left, 100% right. So there's two guitar tracks right here, actually. Not just the kick drum kicks in. It's also widening the guitar strumming.
see, I'll leave with every piece of
Same effects on her vocals, but if you're listening in headphones to the guitar, hear how the guitar sounds like it's one.
see,
Now it kicks into two ears, and each ear.
piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart,
Amazing
reaching a
vocalist.
fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us.
All right, so what did you hear? So right when it kicks in, let's go back a little bit more.
Reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love.
So now, a piano comes in,
The scars of
and it's just doing the
your love.
open chords, the same chords that the guitar's palm muting. You have the hi-hat, which is,
The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep
and that's, your hi-hat's off tempo.
the scars of your love.
Also, what you're hearing is your bass comes in right there as well. So your bass will also follow suit in the same chords as your guitar, but it's turned down in the mix right now. You don't want it to come in full, not your bass.
Out the dark.
Boom,
The
boom, boom,
scars
boom, boom, boom.
of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking.
So what you do here is the bass and the piano kick in, and your guitars actually come way down in the mix. This way, when it hits into the chorus and everything comes back, it feels just like it's that much more. So your two guitars that are in each ear actually drop down or maybe even disappear all the way, but they're probably there a little bit. Your bass takes over in that driving dum 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 dum, and the piano rings out the chords.
The scars of your and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars
Now your bass is dead center. Your bass always stays dead center in between your
of us,
ears.
they keep me thinking that
And your
we
piano's there
always
back.
have it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. In the deep, you have my heart inside.
God, Lord.
Played it to the beat.
All right. Obviously, her vocals is like the lead character in the story when this chorus kicks in. But a lot of instruments kick in as well. So how your bass is your driving factor right here in the verse. The dum 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 dum. The volume gets jacked up max. The bass is driving it. Now, she also, not only is she doing your main vocal track, which is insanely powerful, there's also your choir, which is probably all her. So I'm not sure all of what the choir, I'm going to call it the choir, it's probably all her. So it's multiple vocal lines, multiple vocal tracks, all the same, singing the same lines, but they're buried. There's at least probably 4, probably 2 in each ear, 2 on your right, 2 on your left. Volume's turned down. The highs are turned down, so you don't want that super high frequency in the voice. That's saved for your main vocal track. Also, not along with the bass, that driving dum 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 dum, the piano pre-chorus or that verse leading in was just letting each chord ring out. Now all of a sudden, they're driving along with the bass. There's also a clap with the snare. And there's also probably a shaker or a tambourine, which is signifying your hi-hat. So what you're hearing is at least 2. So one of the hi-hats is ticking. It's going t-t-t-t-t. Super high frequency. And what you're hearing is the shaker. It's buried. But you're also hearing a clap. And there's your snare, where your snare is buried down. The clap almost takes over the volume of the snare, except for that little snare fill. There's your acoustic guitar palm muting. They're back now. So now you're no bass. So now your hi-hat, instead of being on the 1, 2, 3, 4, now it's on the 2 and the 4. 1. So now your piano is ringing out again. There's so think of me in the depths of your despair. There's also depths to recording a track like this, which sounds so bare that like it's just Adele singing and there's just a drum and a piano. There's so much more in this mix, and I'm probably totally not doing it justice. But anyway. Think of me in the depths of your despair. And also, the piano is not coming in on the 1. It's actually coming in on the 2, so it's delayed. So it's sounds weird. So it's off. Neat. So you hear the choir in the background. I'm not sure what they're saying. I'm not paying attention to the lyrics. I'm just trying to break down the audio that you're hearing. The like I said earlier, all the highs, even though the choir sounds really high, they're singing in a high register, but the frequency, you're turning all the highs, getting the highs out, so her voice still is the crispness that you hear. Scars of your love remind me of us, they keep me thinking. Also, at some point, the hi-hat changed. It's right there. So the hi-hat, instead of doing the 2 and the 4, I missed it somewhere. No, it's there. It's all 4 now.
The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me
So good.
breathless. I can't help feeling
Oh, and the piano opens up right there.
your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it
Good Lord.
both.
So your bass and your piano are your driving factors. The drums is just another instrument. A lot of songs, the drum is the driving factor, but in this song, it's actually the bass and the piano. That's what's driving the song forward. Man, it is a bare bones song, which is so good. Finally got a little bit of clean electric guitar, and now what you're hearing is just her, the kick drum again, which sounds so bare. You know, it's totally not like a hard rock metal drum where it's just really low end and really high at the top of the register of the drum kick. This is like old school drum. They probably mic'd it outside of the drum. It sounds claps. There's your electric guitar. Ooh, the bass is so low, but the bass does come in a little bit. There's your choir again. There's your clean electric, which is the only time it was used there. It's just a little nugget. Let me spice it up a little bit. Hear how the choir sounds like they're in the background? They are turned down, but the highs are turned down. Her voice. Why it comes in so hard right there is because they turn you don't record bass there. There's no bass line at all there. It was just a little. And now the bass kicks in. There's your driving factor of this song. Oh, also, the drummer is not on his hi-hat no more. He is on a ride. I didn't notice that till just now. Good for you guys for changing it up. You don't hear the tick no more. He's on his ride. And he's not hitting the bell of the ride. He's hitting it like towards himself. It was a male, right? Yeah. So you're not hearing the ting of the ride. You're hearing the middle of it. What it's doing is just filling the room with that high frequency of a cymbal. It's so good. It's ridiculous good. Also, there's a little bit of high keys in the piano right there, which I didn't hear. There's highs in the they went up a couple octaves in the high keys. I think that's different than what it was earlier. I may have missed it. If I did, I apologize, piano player. Yeah, there's high keys in there now. That could have been the entire song. I don't know. Adele.